What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Welcome to tonight's show. Everybody want to say what up?
Hey guys.
Hola, it's your boy Sonny's BFF HR problem.
What's up, gang?
What up, though? What up, though? All right, well, we got a great show lined up for tonight. Smooth should be here a little bit later. Got the full house going, so we're gonna talk about a great topic as soon as I get the banner up. And
Shit sound a little low to you.
what's wrong? No, you sound good. Probably just make sure the volume is up a little bit higher. Yeah. So we're gonna have this show tonight. We're gonna be talking about alpha males and if an alpha male is a real thing. So definitely is an interesting topic. If you're not familiar with the topic, it came up on Dr. Boyce Watkins' IG page, I think about 2 weeks ago, where a young lady was going over basically the wolf version of the alpha male theory. And she basically was shooting down the concept that there's a such thing as an alpha male, that the concept was created and then debunked later on because it had more to do with wolves in captivity versus wolves in the wild. So once they actually observed wolves in the wild, they realized that wolves actually work together and have a cohesive, system and family structure and all that kind of thing, and that there was no alpha male. So we want to discuss, what does that mean for all the alpha males out there who who live by that motto, as well as does that mean that people who are displaying alpha male tendencies actually emotionally immature? So let's get to it. Gang, did y'all watch the video that I sent over? I think
You mean the second video? No, I did not get a chance to watch that.
No, it wasn't a second video. It was just a little.
You talking about the video of the chick with the dude at the end of it, correct?
Yeah. The girls at the beginning.
Oh yeah, I definitely watched that, John.
Yeah.
Was it the same video that I originally started?
Yeah.
Like at the end. Oh yeah. I'm the one that sent it to you.
Yeah.
And you took credit for it.
Okay.
And you took credit for it.
You know how I do. I do everything here. I come up with the show content. I get all the videos. I make sure that hump is spelled HYMPE and not HYPE. I make sure all of that happens.
well, in that retrospect, yeah, you actually do. But well, you are the alpha male, so
so thinking about what was said in that video, especially a little bit of what Boyce Watkins said at the beginning of of his part of the video, in terms of just this concept and what it means to or how it expands the complexity of males. What was your thoughts on this? Let's start with you, Dame.
Originally I went straight to sports, because they always talk about the alpha male in sports, and let's talk about the all-time alpha males, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Talk about the alpha males in the locker room, how they dominated their teammates. Mm-hmm. And I had to think about it in retrospect, like, man, are they really that immature, or are they going out there to win? As far as sports, alpha male outside of sports, I had to think about people who are just arrogant buttholes, basically trying to get things done their way, because it's their way or no way, or the highway, or you're a loser if you don't follow their lead. Where in group settings, in reality, the majority of the group is happier when everybody agrees on one thing and not just follow that one person.
Right.
And it doesn't always have to be with males. There's women, alpha women as well. You see those women, but their term, they're usually called a different word. So I don't think there's alpha males or females. There's just people who are very aggressive and very irritating.
Right.
Outside of sports.
Good point. I mean, that's definitely a place where you see that type of those types of tendencies and those type of behaviors, not only displayed but also right encouraged, right? So, what about you, Sonny?
You're on mute, Sonny.
I forgot I had myself on mute. I'm sitting there like, yeah, let me say something. Wait a minute. Nope, where's the button? Actually, like, cause I never really bought into the ideal of an alpha male, and stuff like that. I never really bought into that, to that whole idea. Of course, Xavier wants everybody to know that he's still up. If you hear the background, he decided he wants us to hear him watch videos. But it kind of was interesting for me to hear her point of view and then hear the guy's perspective on her thought process. Mm-hmm. And it kind of makes sense to an extent, but I think, like, I didn't really feel a way about it because, like, I never really, like I said, for me, I never bought into that. It's alpha males and this is the ideal of this, or they're, showing their dominance. I just feel like it's strong men and it's men that are not as strong as some are.
Got you. Do you think that dominance has more to do with society's influence, or do you think it's really that person's internal workings, like things that they feel is necessary to survive out here?
I feel like it's some people feel like they're better than others. Mm-hmm. Some people feel like they're natural born leaders and everybody's supposed to follow them. So some people do have that mentality where they have that idealism that they are the stronger of the like the leader of the pack. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, as you said, some leaders don't. Some leaders have the leadership quality, and some people don't. Turn it down.
What you think, Hank?
I completely disagree, y'all. They're wholeheartedly alpha males, females, alpha children. They're out. That just means like the more dominant person, the person that is more equipped to lead, the person that is more equipped to handle the situations. Like there's absolutely those situations in all fields and in every aspect. You could have y'all both got a fucking paper route. He's the alpha of the paper routes because he's going to get his done faster, better, and more efficiently than this other person. So there's always going to be a more dominant figure in any field, whether it be male, female, or it could be, like I said, it could be two kids putting blocks together in kindergarten. One of them's going to be better than the other one. Everybody's not on equal playing field.
You can have a better person at doing something, but that doesn't mean they're fit to lead.
Not at all. Like I said, it's a more dominant person. There's just different personality traits. It's just different ways that people communicate things. Like some people are more dominant than others, and it's perfectly fine for us to admit that. Which is why I said I completely disagree. Like, y'all was losing me because there's always going to be somebody who's more aggressive in any field that you're going in. Like I said, it could be a fucking paper route, and one of us is going to be more aggressive and more of the alpha of the paper route. Who's going to know how to do this shit better than the other one, like who's going to take the leadership role. Usually the alpha situation also ties in with the leadership role because it's a person who is the one that everybody's looking to going, well, he or she has figured out a better way for us to do whatever this is, so let's follow their lead because they are the alpha. I love this topic, by the way. This will be an episode of How to Hustle podcast with Hank. It's probably somewhere in the 40s.
When does your show air again? What's this?
Tuesdays. That will be Tuesdays on the GFT Radio Network, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 at Central Standard Time.
Just wanted to know.
So
it's not like we do this every week.
So the big thing about what you're saying is that that dominance being a personality trait. Do you think that's a purely natural personality trait, or do you think there's some influence in there from parents, coaches, society, things like that?
It's kind of a mixture because some people are like, if you had a dad who was an alpha or a grandfather who was an alpha, whoever was like the male figure in your life, he might try to enforce that on you, but that might not be your personality. That might not be who you are. So you might be a person who's put in a bad spot to be an alpha when you're not that. You have to have those personality traits. It's not like something that you can develop. I don't believe. I believe that you either have it or you don't. It's just like the same with a woman. She's either a strong woman or she's not. Like I don't believe she can develop into being a strong woman. Like it kind of depends on your upbringing and your view on things, and like all of that is how all of that comes up to be, in my opinion.
Got you. So yeah, so I mean, I'm on the fence with it because I do believe that there's some societal influence or there's some surrounding influence when it comes to parents, coaches, things like that. That basically tell either children or young adults that hey, this is how you uh, um, this is how you be dominant, or this is how you be assertive, or this is how you take control of situations, or that influence, kind of like you were saying earlier, Hype, about the influence of a grandparent or a parent who is recognizably displaying alpha male or alpha female tendencies. I think kids can pick that up. I really do, because I think that they will see how influential or assertive a person is, as well as that person is usually going to be the type that's going to say, hey, this is what I think you should do, and this is how I think you should live, and this is how I think you should, operate. But to your point too, I feel like there is an assertive basically gene, right? There's basically something built into certain people that just makes them naturally want to take control, take the lead. I mean, I would never define myself as an alpha male by no, naturally, rather I would say that I know how to display it, um from training, from being told how to do it, as well as people that I know around me that I definitely don't do it the way that they do. Like it seems to just come off naturally from them. So I feel like that, somebody like my youngest daughter, who is very assertive, very take charge, always likes to be a leader, and some, I had to teach her how to be a better leader instead of just a take
Willie, how
charge
old
kind
is she?
of manager. But I think that she naturally has the ability to just be that way. She didn't need the training, or she didn't need the influence, right?
So some people
How
like
old is
that.
your daughter? How old is your daughter you talking about?
Right now she's 17, but at the time when I noticed her ability to be that kind of take charge person, she was only 6.
That's why I said some people got it, some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Dame.
But
Just trying to jump in.
no, I was gonna say some people that have that take charge attitude, that alpha, they don't want to lose. They hate to lose. They have a certain traits where they have to, or the ship will sink. Some some people don't. Some people just don't want to lose. That I've lost my train of thought. What I was going to say, um, but there's a difference between those people who are alphas and they can lead versus those alphas are just there to be buttholes because nobody else is there to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you have people who have natural leadership tendencies, or that they like to take charge, because I don't think anybody has a natural leadership capability, because I think we have to learn that. We do have to learn to be good leaders, because good leadership doesn't
I completely
involve
agree with that.
doesn't always. No, what I'm saying is good leadership doesn't
No.
always.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Oh,
You
I'm
got to
sorry.
develop into being a leader. Yeah.
Yeah. So good leadership involves understanding how to not only manage a team, but work with a team, how to coach them, how to help others become either better workers or better leaders themselves, how to lead by example, or how to lead in such a way that the team basically does the work without the leader's help. You know what I mean? So I think that there are some things that are involved in that, but naturally, I think people do have a lot of take charge attitude. There's a lot of people who come out the womb ready to get their hands on something and do it, right? You know what I mean? So I think that there is definitely that group of people who are out there who have that. I think there's some people who get the influence, who get the training. I mean, I watched a kid when my oldest son was younger, who was on his football team. This kid was meek. He was very shy and reserved. He definitely had no take charge attitude. His father, I could tell, was I would say he I don't know if he wasn't an alpha male, he put on a good show. You know what I mean? It's like you could tell there were certain times, like, you know, he had his times when he was quiet, when he was reserved. You know, you really couldn't get him to kind of open up. He wasn't the type that was like talkative. If somebody asked him to do something, he usually, you know, took his time to take care of it. But there was other times when you would see him just like jump to things. He would recognize things that need to be handled and would just do it, or would just be like, look, I need you and you to do this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Like he had like, I would say he had really good, if not great, leadership capabilities. So watching his son, I was like, you know what? I think that either this father learned this and his son is going to have to learn it too. And over the years, I watched this kid develop. He became the captain of the team at one point, like 3 years later, and went on to be an amazing athlete as well as student. And watching him, you know, with my kids and other kids doing, you know, certain activities and all that kind of stuff, you could tell that he basically grew into his alpha male tendencies and his capabilities. I don't know what else he got outside of the football field, but I watched that you know, evolve over time. What up though, Jamie? Right now it's just the fellas. We had Sunny on her earlier, but she had to drop off for a minute. She'll probably be back.
I mean, like Dame was saying, that's me. I can't lose. I don't like losing at all. I don't give a fuck if I'm playing Uno with my daughter. I'm pissed if I lose. Now I'm not one of those like I'm breaking a joystick type of losers. I'm cussing everybody out like I'm uncontrollable, like I can't control my emotions. But I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna lose to her. If we just gonna race to the car, damn, I want to win. We gonna race down the 3 steps. Damn, I want to win. I'm never looking to lose. And something that you were saying, my dad, it's not that many men in my family. And my dad and my uncle, who were like the 2 top guys of the family, died within like a year of each other, which then has a huge void of, well, who the fuck do everybody turn to? Everybody then begin to turn to me, which puts you in a leadership position, which you either step up to that responsibility or you fold that responsibility. And for me, I never looked at it like it was a burden or a hardship or nothing like that, because it was kind of just the way that things always worked for me. It was like I will always be the one that's like, let's find a way to do this shit. And if I'm very hard for me to follow people's lead, because it's like I got trust issues like a motherfucker, and it's like, how I know if you lead me down the right path? What is it that you got to show and prove to me that you know what the fuck you're doing? Like, for instance, I gave you an example of our relationship. Me and Willie. Willie know how to do all the technical shit. I don't know how to do none of that shit. So if Willie telling me, I come to Willie all the time with the technical shit. If Willie gonna tell me whatever because he showed and proved, I ain't got nothing to say to nothing that he giving me. I will be, you got it, bro. You tell me which way we going. Like,
Right.
and I will never question that, because he's shown and he's proven to me that he's the alpha in that situation in our relationship. We talking technical shit. Willie got to drive the car. I got to sit over here and passage. I'll get the radio station together for you. But you know how to go left, right, speed it up, slow it down. You know how to do all that shit, and I don't. And you have to be the evaluation of yourself and understand that there's some situations where you need to lead and some situations where you need the passage.
Yeah, that's a big point. I mean, and I think that's also the sign of a good leader, when a good leader knows how to take a step back and let the team take care of, or let the people he put in place take care of what he needs done. Like you said, hey, I need you to take care of this. And then I was like, all right, I got it. And I took over and did that for you. Just like some of the things that you're doing. It's like we all, like you say, we got to play our part, right? I think another thing, go ahead, Dame, like you were about to say something.
No, I was going to say it takes a good leader out of being an alpha male to know when to be humble too. Because you have to be able to understand and listen to your team to try to make your job easier and make your job work better as a leader. You can't just be like my way or the highway, or it's nothing at all. You have to be able to listen to your team to help them too, because they're not going to follow you effectively if you're just leading them and run them into the wall with no results.
And if you always talking and never listening, then that's a problem. That would be something that makes you not a good leader. If you don't know when, like Dame said, when these situations warrant for you to be the one who drives or the one who not, you're the one who passages. You can't know everything. Like you can't come in knowing everything. Like y'all see me, my personality is to just come in and bomb on the whole situation. But when I came into the GFT radio network, y'all have your own situation already established. Y'all already like I can't just come in being hype. Like I can't just come in being me without, let's test it out, fill it out, and see how this thing goes. Because other than that, like I just, I'm coming in like a house of fire. Tell y'all this though, my tablet is dying because I never got a chance to charge it because I had to go back to work. So
no
I ain't got that much time left, y'all.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try to get you on the next question real quick first. Smooth, definitely agreed with you there. Dro Clate said that him being him, he's a provider. He'll let his woman be the alpha at times, but if she's wrong, then he'll take over. And if he's wrong, then he'll say sorry. You're right. The idea is better. And that Dame was saying, that's the humbleness, right? That's being able to say, you know what, I can understand the other point of view, or I can allow the other person to do their part or play their role in the situation so that things are run smoothly, right? So it doesn't take away from you being an alpha. It doesn't take away from you being dominant or not dominant, but being a leader. It doesn't take away from you being able to assess the situation. It's just you may have assessed it to say, hey, you got this. And
that's like one of those things though in a relationship where you can't always win the argument. You can't always be right. Like you can't always go into it like you just like I said, I'm competitive and shit, but when me and my wife are having conversations and discussions about shit, it can't always be like I'm trying to win. Like we're gonna have fish tonight because that's what I want. Fuck if you want Chinese food. Like you can't have that type shit in your relationship because then it's like y'all gonna always butt heads. The shit's never gonna run smooth and it's never gonna be peace.
Can you be? Well, I guess I'm already about to answer my own question. I want to say, can you be a leader in a relationship versus just being a partner in a relationship? But I think we just answered that. Really,
I believe all relationships, take it husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, two guys, friends, two girlfriends, however you want to make the dynamic go. All relationships are 50-50 jobs. Our jobs are just not the same. Like when people hear 50-50, they think instantly like we talking about splitting the gas bill. That's not what a 50-50 situation is. It's just we both have responsibilities. I have my responsibilities, you have yours, and we meet in the middle with this shit. My whole thing would be like to put it into a sports term is I have to be the quarterback. I had the ball, I will distribute it, I will make sure that we are on the play clock, we are running all the great plays. For me to have a wife, I need a great left tackle. She gets the blind side of all the shit that I can't see coming, all the shit that I don't even know is going on over there, but she can handle all of that shit over there. Our jobs are just as important because if she's not there to block, then I will be blindsided by some shit. If I'm not there to throw the ball, she won't have passes completed. Like, can't get in the field.
I'm going to put it in the same terms you did, sports, but it's different roles. I'm the quarterback, my wife's the coach. She calls the plays, but it's my job to run it.
Yeah, see, I mean, if that's how the situation is,
You're just infringing on me and Clint's. You just infringing on me and Clint's roles. This is fans' perspective, side. This is sports. You stay over there. So
I have to get on these fans' perspectives too, man.
No, but can I say something real quick?
No,
absolutely, Sonny. I told you we needed you for this one.
No, because I like I said, I remember when I had met a particular guy that I met, and one of my guy friends told me to let the man be a man, because I'm used to being the quote unquote alpha female, even though I don't like that term. I'm so used to being the captain of the ship that I can't give you give you leadership over the ship, because I've been doing it for so long that in order for me to want to give you and help you stir the ship or let you stir the ship without me taking over. Is I have to have full confidence that you're going to do it and either better than me or close enough to me. So I know for me, relationship wise, I have to learn. I either have to find somebody that I would feel safe enough to let go and take charge, and I feel completely safe in the aspect that you're not going to fuck up and we going to fall from grace, like as far as stability is concerned. So I know for me that's a hard thing for me to do, even though I have done it. It's hard for me to do, even with my parenting. For the longest, I was a single parent, caring for 2 kids. Their parents were either there or not there, or at some point was in, and it's like, oh, well, I'm used to being here, so like now, oh, you want to help, or like what that look like, because I'm so like let me do it because you over here, you like at least I know it's gonna get done. So I know for me, I had to, especially in particular with my son, that it was a lot for me to let him, because he kept telling me like I'm not no deadbeat. What the hell are you doing? Like it was a lot of those conversations and me allowing him to take over.
Got you. Yeah, I mean that's
promise
that's
you, I don't
definitely
be doing this shit on purpose, y'all. I just did an episode yesterday. It's in the archives. It'll be out, episode 35. Couple of weeks off, but we just talked about this same situation. Me and the ladies at Tough Talk Toronto, shout out to them. Where if you're a person like Sunny is saying, where she always had to control the situation because that was the situation she got. I got 2 kids, I got to handle this shit, and I got to make sure that we're good. For a person to be in that situation, and hey, that's what you got to do. But once you get with somebody, it's like you have to recognize now he's not here to fight against you. He's here to fight with you, to build with you. But like I just used the example for me and Willie, you got to show and prove that I can give you this steering wheel. Like you don't just get it because you got a dick. Like just because you're a man, that doesn't mean shit. You could be a male and not be a man. Like that happens all day long. Like
and this is also inbred and learned behavior after so many years. My mom went through the same thing after my father died. She was single from 1987 to 2013, raising me, and she finally she finally remarries in 2013. So now she has to relearn how to have a head over her and to take somebody else's advice and not just do things run off on her own. She has to humble herself at this point to let somebody else lead. I mean, it's just her and him, but still, it's his house.
But yeah, it's an adjustment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an adjustment period of time. She has to just go back to her old ways, which is kind of hard,
But also, I think even like in a situation with like Sonny's, I think that especially women in that situation where they're either single mothers or head of households because either the person they were with passed or the person they were with is no longer there in the home. It becomes not only a learned thing over time, but it's also something that they picked up from other women, either in their life as role models or adjacent to them, because you have plenty of examples of it all around you, right? I think, and sometimes even in your ear, right? I'm sure Sunny can agree to that you have these influences that are constantly around you that are saying, be the strong woman, be the one in charge, take care of your business, take care of your family. And it makes it probably harder. I hate to speak for women, but Sunny was off for a second, but it makes it harder though for those women to kind of let go because they have so much swirling around the sand.
Exactly. Because I'm like that at work, I'm just I don't want to say an angry black female, but I get the job done. Like I do my job. You can't really I exceed at that expectation, and I go above and beyond and I actually do my job. People call me mean, but I just do my job as it's supposed to be done. I don't really, this is what the rules are. You follow them, or this is what happens when you don't, whatever. But even in the household, I'm that person. I'm the captain of the ship. So if I'm the captain at work at home, relationship wise, it's and I'm one of them people. I'm not trying to emasculate you. If you're my dude, I want you to be that dude. But if I don't feel safe with you, like if you're not giving me the indicators of you where I can feel safe. Like, because I'm one of the people, I've dated people, and then my friends was like, well, you don't ask him to help pay your bills? No, because if he gonna pay him, he gonna pay him. If he gonna, like, first of all, I'm not gonna be nobody that's watching me struggle. That's what's not about to happen. Like, you're not gonna see me struggling. Not that I'm a struggling person. So, like, you really gotta assist me. But I've had guys buy groceries, do little things, give money towards XYZ. I never opened my mouth to ask for shit. You just, it needed to be done and was done. But I'm not looking for you to take care of me. It's never where, oh, you got to pay this, and if you don't pay this, I'm at a complete loss. It's never been that. Like I said, I'm the type of person go out on a date, and I got money for me to get home, because whether or not we work out at the end of the night, I'm getting home either way. So, like, I'm not, and like, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, because some guys feel a way about that, because either they feel like they can't really offer me shit because I got it myself, or they feel like I don't need them other than for sex purposes. That's the only reason why I need them. And it's like, no, I like the companionship, to hang out with me and stuff like that.
Somebody's having sex with Sonny, is that what you mean?
What? There you go. You fired.
My jaw about to die, y'all. I'm going to hear what Smooth got to say. I hope I can keep these last couple points before my shit die on me. My joint about to hit a dark screen on me.
All this. What's your thoughts so far?
I mean, what are y'all asking me? Because I came in the middle of a conversation, so I ain't want to jump in and just start talking recklessly, not knowing what the hell y'all talking about.
Did you get a chance to
talk about Texas?
Talking about the alpha male.
I know y'all talk about relationships and who could be. Can you be an alpha or not in a relationship? That's what you're asking.
That video that we had in the group, the chick was like, "There's no such thing as an alpha male." That video, that's really like the basis of what we're talking about.
Yeah. To what to the relationship point. For me, I need an alpha female. Like whatever that definition is to me. I think we all could have our own definitions of what an alpha is. Alpha is to me, is somebody that takes charge. If I'm in a relationship with a woman, like we always talk about, communication is key. So some things, you feel me, I don't feel like she always has to come to me for. I know some people operate differently. They always want to be consulted on certain things. I feel like if our communication is on point, you know what I like, you know what I'm gonna be cool with, I know what you like, I know what you're gonna be cool with. So certain things you can just take charge and do. You don't necessarily have to check in with me. You know what I mean? To me, that's alpha. To me, that's being assertive. I like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna do the same thing. You feel me? I'm always trying to make the best decision for us as a whole, but I shouldn't have to confer with you for every single detail. You feel me? To me, in a relationship, I consider that alpha, but I want my woman to be like that as well. So I really like, I don't like the subservient type.
I love that.
Like I don't really.
She basically got to match your energy when it comes to being able to take charge and do what's needed.
Yes. No, I mean, I that's what gets me off. That's what turns me on. That's what I'm attracted to.
So that don't lead to a fight over who's controlling the steering wheel?
Nah, because we both driving.
He said we both driving.
We both driving. So
you got one of them old cars from driver's head. They both got the wheels.
No, listen, we both
fucking man, my tablet about to die.
No, like we both driving. So if I gotta drive to this, if I know how to get to a particular destination, I'm gonna drive there. If she got the will, know how to get to another destination, I'm gonna let her drive. As long as we moving forward, it don't matter who drive, because we supposed to be together. We're supposed to be one.
So basically, you agree that you can have two alphas be partners in this, and make that partnership work.
Of course.
You need somebody to take the lead in most destinations, because both of y'all can be alphas, but who's going to surrender when it comes to
somebody? Yeah, somebody has to. Somebody has to.
It's always it's not a surrender. It's a compromise. It's a compromise in every relationship.
Yeah, but
even friendships
has to be the one willing to compromise, though.
Yeah, but it goes both ways. It always depends on the situation.
It ain't just I'm the man, I'm always right. Yeah,
exactly. That's all I'm saying. Like, it go both ways. So even in friendship, like you were saying with Willie, when I was listening on, certain things, like on the technical side, he take the lead. You feel me? It just is what it is. You know, that's the same rules apply. It's like, all right, man, you that's your lane. You the best at that. You handle that. Now, I mean, I'm not about to interfere in that. Same thing in a relationship with your woman or your man. Like, let them take the lead when need be. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You should know the person's strong suits. So if they stronger in this area, they're gonna take the reins in that area. And if you stronger in an area than them, if any type of thing, wherever you lack, and they can pick up and excel. That
like that example.
Everybody.
That example me and Sonny used on the previous show. Like Sonny, like maybe more organized than me. You feel me? Like she may be in more order. I get things done, but her may be more organized. So she can help me organize better in order to get more done. So when it comes to organizational skills within the house, I may let her take the lead. You feel me? I know my lane. I know what I'm good at. That doesn't detract from me, subtract from me at all.
Right.
You feel me? Like
so earlier we were talking about children or people, people that are just basically born alphas, and we were talking about children that we've seen come up and they have alpha tendencies. But do you think that a person can be not only trained or guided, but trained to be an alpha? Do you think that's
you can't be an alpha until you fail? So like I don't believe until you gotta know how to. I gotta see how you respond to failure. That's alpha. You know what I mean? Like anybody can lead from the front, but when shit get real, can you still lead? So I don't really fall into people may be assertive. Mm-hmm. Somebody can be assertive. I can respect that, but that don't make you an alpha. You ain't gonna know, you know what I mean?
Or unbearing.
What you mean by that? Explain.
It's unbearable. Some people just push their agendas on people just because they're just buttholes.
Oh, God.
True. Okay. But I was referring to more.
Then? Like
overbearing.
Yeah. Okay.
I was referring to more so, that one that always want to be the leader. Right. It's like it's all right, it's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Heavy is the head that wear the crown. You can lead, but what happens when you fail?
Yeah, you see a lot of people do that. They lead until, like you say, shit gets real, or when things don't go their way, and then they disappear. They ghost the situation.
Or they deflect all the problems back to previous whatever, or to next.
Yeah. They blame the last administration. So
my joint is like on 2%. My shit about to die. I gotta go, y'all. I'm fucking mad that I'm missing this one though, because I love like I said, this was already in the paper to be a topic for me. But y'all finish the joint out strong with me. Y'all have a good show. Y'all follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hyper. You'll see me at 2:00 tomorrow on the GFT Radio Network with episode 33. Shouts out to Bob and T out of Ohio on that episode. All right, gang.
Appreciate you, Hank. See you in a minute.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. So the big thing is we talked about a lot of dominance. We talked about a lot of people being even overbearing. But does that dominance make them a bad person? Like does their assertiveness and their dominance make them a bad person? Because sometimes I think it takes a negative tone when you talk about people being dominant, or they're taking charge. Even when there's some others there.
Is it them being overbearing, or is it the other people being insecure? You feel me? Like, why we just skipping over that? Because somebody can be better than you at something, or somebody could be. It may expose your insecurities.
Got you.
So now you feel me? You feel some type of way, and you projecting on them. At the end of the day, that happens a lot. You feel me? A lot of people are just insecure, so they can't be around somebody who who may seem braggadocious, who may seem arrogant instead of confident. You feel me? I like that. I grew up around that. You feel me? So I like when people, poke their chests out. That motivates me. The other people that may intimidate them, because they may not be in a position to where that person is in, and they may feel like, oh man, he's showtiming on me.
A point you made earlier about leadership and and being able to determine if a person is an alpha based on their rebounding off of a failure or how they accept a loss. Does that make a person an alpha just because they have the ability to take charge and then, still lead through the trenches, get people through the trenches even though things are getting rough? Does that make them an alpha, or what else does that help us understand about them?
That makes
Only if they learn from their mistakes or their failure.
Makes them a leader.
Makes them a leader.
Yeah, leader. I prefer the word leader instead of alpha.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Because you have an alpha attitude, but are you a leader?
Right.
Do people want to follow you? Will people be willing to follow you? Will people be willing to listen to you? You know what I mean? Can you motivate people? You know what I mean? Will people work for you when they're not motivated? You understand? Will people sacrifice for you? That's the marks of a good leader. You feel me? So if that's, to me, that's alpha. If we're gonna put that, you know what I mean? So I respect good leaders. I respect. I prefer leaders. Keila, what's going on? I prefer what they say, leaders raise leaders.
Gotcha.
Not followers, not more followers.
Right.
So I prefer to be around leaders.
Right. So what you were saying about learning from your mistakes or learning from the failure, Dame, how do you feel that either represents or improves the viewpoint of that person being an alpha or being a leader, if you want to flip it back to what Smooth was saying?
Yeah, I'm with Smooth. With stuff like that, you're a leader that everybody looks toward to. You won't be an alpha male. Alpha males are more those overbearing people, just get in your face. You do it this way at all costs. Leaders, they will sit down, they're more humble, not the arrogant type. Like when I did it earlier, when I said I put in more sports terms about being an alpha male, like Kobe and Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Those are alpha males in the sports field and what they did. Getting in their teammates' face to try to get the best out of them so they can win.
Do you think that makes them alpha because they were getting in their faces, or do you just think that makes them? Because I mean, I kind of feel like it doesn't make you an alpha, or it doesn't make you a leader just because because in my eyes that means that you just don't know how to lose. You just don't want to lose. You know what I mean? So how do we differentiate that? Because I mean, how do we see the difference between a LeBron James who hates to lose and will do anything at all costs to win versus, I don't know who's a better example, maybe a Steph Curry, or I don't know, I'm making up shit at this point. But
Yeah, you good.
No, you did good. See, Mike and Kobe, they got in your face so they can't lose, not because they want to win at all costs, basically because it's an all-in basketball. Basketball is like all in. Sports is all in. You need somebody who's going to be assertive, who's going to lead the team to victory. So you want that person to be more assertive, who's going to not be kind of Lexico Daisy. They don't want to be lazy. This is more of a fan's perspective type topic where we got time.
Most everybody here besides me is a sports fan. So
no, because LeBron, he's more of a diva. LeBron, Aaron Rodgers, they're more divas. They throw hissy fits. They do things behind the scenes where
MJ and Kobe did that too. My thing is this. My thing is this. When it comes to alpha, in that context, you know what I mean? It's like they stand alone. So MJ and Kobe, they're so good. They're the best player on the team. So they order that. That's what makes them alpha in that setting, and alpha in that setting. But see, and on the team with MJ, he had somebody like Bill Cartwright. So he couldn't talk to Bill Cartwright like he talked to everybody else. because Bill Cartwright, he knew. Bill Cartwright told you I will break your legs if you. That's an alpha. So he had to respect Bill Cartwright as an alpha too. You feel me? It's different.
And Robert Parrish.
Yeah, and Robert Parrish. But my point is, just because you're demonstrative and screaming and you don't want to lose, that doesn't make you an alpha. You feel me? Because Bill Cartwright was in that same calm down, young man. That's how he talked to. Right. That's how he talked to MJ. Watch who you talking to. You feel me? Because all that can work with them, but that's not with me.
Yes, I think Keela is definitely agreeing with you, Smooth, in terms. She says she prefer alpha because she can lead, motivate, influence, or deceive. So I think
that's a leader.
I think the point there is that to be at that alpha, you do have to have some kind of influence or some type of motivation and leadership qualities behind you. To my question about the dominance making you a bad person, hey Jasmine. Jasmine says, I say no, but at the same time depends on the personality traits of the person you're asking.
Exactly.
I definitely agree with that because dominance definitely does not make you bad, right? We know that you can be dominant, but only because you just want to make sure that what your agenda is or what your thought process is being executed. It doesn't make you a bad person. I can't remember if it was Dame or Smooth that said this earlier, is that it just could be that you want to make sure that you or that what needs to be done is getting done, right? It has to be a balance only because of being a good leader, but in terms of being dominant or being assertive, it's just about hey, I'll do it, raising that hand, right? Like I was saying about my daughter earlier, is that she was definitely a very assertive young person. She was only 6 years old, and she was already like, look, things need to be done this way. I need things done in a certain way by certain people at a certain time. And it showed that she was definitely a natural born assertive person, a natural born alpha, a natural born, dominant person. Being a leader, I've been having to guide her through that. Because that doesn't usually come natural. I would say 90% of the time, maybe 95% of the time, you can't just grow up and just be like, oh, I figured out how to be a great leader without some guidance or some information. But I think that to the point that you're all making, as well as everybody in the comments, we definitely need to see good leadership skills out of good alphas, males or females. There was a comment here I wanted to highlight though. Where is it at? Mm-hmm. Oh, right, here it is. So Keto was saying that she's been looked at bad in some people's eyes because she's headstrong, dominant, and set in her ways. Now I know that is definitely going to get you the dirty looks, right? In terms of the topic of the show being you're not an alpha, you're just emotionally immature. I think it leads to that thought process. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of like complementary to that statement. Would you guys agree, disagree? How do you look at that in terms of people being very strong and set in their ways to the point that people look at them?
I agree, absolutely. It's like that for me at work. We have a core set of, like, our job title, we follow rules. And everybody says, I'm the mean person, or I'm not, I'm insensitive. And it's like, I'm not. This is what my job, like, I'm very mindful of people's feelings. But at the end of the day, this is a job that I have to do. And it's not really, like, the job that I do, it concerns people's feelings, but this is what the task is. And if I don't do my job, it's like, well, why didn't you do your job? Oh, well, I felt bad because of X, Y, Z. And me feeling bad jeopardizes my job, because if I feel bad, I'm going to let some things slide. And then if something goes wrong, it's like, well, why didn't you follow this? You're supposed to do X, Y, Z. Me feeling bad gets me in trouble in the long run because I felt bad about somebody's excuse. So I'm always getting the rap of the mean person. I'm now they don't like talking to me. They're always saying I'm mean. They're saying I spoke to them in the wrong manner, and it's like, no, I confidently, you asked me a question and I answered you, and you didn't like the answer, and you thought by giving me this story that I was going to change my answer, and it didn't change. And you want to talk to a rep, you want to talk to a supervisor? Absolutely fine. This is, and my supervisor can tell you. I know she gets frustrated with me sometimes too, because I say to her, "Well, if I bend the rules to this person, the next person, can I do the same thing?" No.
It's
Like,
called
so
reality
what
check.
would you like me to do?
It's called being realistic, actually, in your field, because
and they have a severe problem with that. Like, not that they have a problem, they can't really say anything because I do my job and I do it well. But I get called insensitive. I get called hard to deal with. And I'm quote unquote set in my ways as well. And I'm like, no, I'm just on the rules, because if I did what this employee was trying to do, it will be a major problem. Or if I didn't do my job, I would have an issue with the bosses because I didn't follow the protocol. So it happens a lot at work for me, Lakila. So I understand. I'm not a bad person. I'm not insensitive. I'm very, like, I help you if you need help, but like, I need you to help yourself first.
Right. Indeed.
Help me help you.
And that's what I had to say that to an employee today. She was upset. She was like, I don't want to talk to you because I'm like, listen, I understand what you're saying. I'm sympathetic, but I need you to help me. And right now you're not helping me help you.
I got a question for Lakila though. So, because she says she's headstrong, set in my ways. And in what way? Has that benefited you? I'm asking. You know what I mean? Has it benefited you positively, being set in your ways? Do you feel like any of your ways you should change or modify? Because with me, I don't ever want to be set in my ways. And I understand that naturally, being human, sometimes we fall into habits, you know. So, you know, the easiest thing to do is go what you normally do. But I had to just, in one of my classes that just ended this semester, my philosophy class, we had to do like a little podcast, a 7-minute thing about our philosophy of change or what have you. And my thing was like, everything that's stagnant dies. So it's always growth, it's always change. I don't never want to be set in my ways. You know, I don't ever want nobody to tell me, you know, I mean, you're consistently this way. I want to be able to adapt to each situation. I want to to be agile.
Agile, yeah. I was just thinking like we call that. We got a term for that at work.
Yeah,
yeah. You know, I want to be.
And I definitely agree with that, Smooth, because I think that, you know, and anybody that knows me, especially at work, or especially, you know, anybody I work with, you guys can probably attest to this. I definitely am the type of person that I'm not going to be set in my ways, because I want to get other people's input. I want to get other people's, you know, viewpoint. You know, there's certain things I do, you know, wholeheartedly will be like, I'm doing it this way. But for the most part, if other people have good suggestions or other inputs to give, then I'm always willing to go ahead and say, you know what, you know, this sounds like a great idea. I'm willing to roll with this. You know, in the past, I used to think it was bad to be that way, because I thought that, you know, it was me being afraid to take the lead on a certain situation. But then what I did figure out is that, no, when it's time for me to take the lead, I do. Like, you know, I'm very good for being a person that will say, you know what, executive decision, I'm doing it this way. Or you know, somebody says, oh, what are we doing here? Or other people be like, oh yeah, I don't know. I'll be like, look, this is how we're doing it. Because if I don't see somebody taking charge, then I'm definitely going to jump in there. Or if I know that I already know the right way, then I'm going to always raise my hand. You know, like today at work, I had a situation where I didn't know exactly how to handle a certain thing, up to a point where at the point that I realized I had everything kind of under control and I was getting some pushback from one of my coworkers, I was like, hey, look, bro, this is the situation and this is how it needs to be handled. And this is what I think. You know, I was like, I'll take your suggestion because I want this to be the best suggestion or the best solution that we get, you know, so I'll take part of your suggestion, but I'm gonna mix it with mine, because at this point I know what's right, or I know what would be appropriate at this point. So, you know, I think it's important for us to be flexible, to definitely be flexible. Yeah. Even in some ways I do things some ways I do things can be done differently, and I'm always willing to learn. I think she's saying
she do think things can be done differently.
Yeah, exactly. She thinks things can be done differently and always willing to learn. She also says, but working towards her goals, she rarely takes other methods and also look at the person giving advice or opinions and what position they are in life beforehand. So, and I think we all did that. Like in the situation I was in, the guy who was giving me the pushback is one of the engineers, and I mean I'm an engineer by trade, but in my position I'm an administrator, so I have to do what he says. So I can push back and I can give him suggestions and I can give him direction, but in general the way our flow is manager, engineer, administrator. So I definitely take a look at his experience, his expertise and things of that nature, and I say, you know what, let me see what he thinks and why he would think such a thing, right? But like I said, in the situation that I was in, after I got to a certain point, I had everything kind of under control. And at that point, my engineer hat went on, and I was like, look, this is how I would engineer this. This is how I would make things work, because we're already doing A, B, and C. And if we do the things my way, we'll still be following that methodology. We don't have to be extra, cautious, or we don't have to be extra scared to do things this way just because it seems more secure, So it's like we do have to be cognizant of who's giving the advice, and that, but sometimes that advice could not be pertinent, like in her situation. I guess she's got a point there.
Yeah, because I know for me, for work purposes, it's I think my boss gets upset with me because like like I said, for me, these are the rules y'all set in place. These are not my rules. These are our rules as a company. This is what we follow. So when we have, I'll ask the question knowing I know what the answer should be, but also knowing that they can change it. So when they ask for my suggestion, my standpoint always comes from and I think my boss gets irritated that I do it. And I say to her, well, what if I did what that employee did? How would you respond? Would you allow me to move that same way? Mm-hmm. And then I already know that for me, I have to, when these employees move, I'd be fired. So why are you going to allow them to do it? Because if you allow them to do it, they talk. They're going to tell X, Y, Z, and everybody else is going to do the same thing that they're doing. So when my standpoint is, it's not coming from a place of, and I have to let her know, it's not me coming from a mean place. It's me understanding you just got here to this agency. You were from a smaller agency. Now you're coming to a bigger agency. These employees, I've been there for years. They're going to tell each other everything. So we do this. They're going to say something, and we're just going to open the floodgates to this. Are you willing to accept that, and can you handle that? And if you don't want to open them can of worms, then we need to go back to the basics. Very cognizant of every situation is different, but some people know how to get over, and you have to think a couple of heads a step. Most of these employees know that shit backwards, like the 4-day rule, but like they know the back of their hand. So, and she's like, and I understand, because she always says, well, you're coming, you won't bend. I'll bend depending on the situation of the employee and how many times we had a conversation about this employee. And then, eventually we'll have a conversation. It'll be a big conversation between everybody. And then we'll come to some consensus of what should be done. And then if this happens in the future, here's how we're going to handle it. But I know that I'm not right all the time. And I know that for us, the rules can change.
I wanted to elaborate on Lakita's point.
Why are you stabbing me?
Your cat.
Yeah, he's trying to stab me in my ass.
I'm like that too. I like to always, know who's giving me the advice. But I like to make the caveat that, I don't take just advice from people who had their successes. I take people because failure is experience too. Somebody who can tell you what not to do and what won't work is just as important as somebody who can tell you what will work, because they save you time. You know what I mean? So, but that's also experience to what she was saying. So if they've been through something, they can give you advice on anything, whatever it may be. But
come on, Sorry.
Are you okay?
You know,
He's trying to jump up in my lap, but like he's stabbing the shit out of me.
I like to get advice from I weigh advice.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. I weigh it,
Not
you
you.
know, because I could ask Willie for advice, and in that moment, the advice he may give me may not be pertinent in that particular moment. You feel me? But down the line, it may be just what I needed to. Yeah, I remember Willie told me that. Boom. I remember Dane told me that. Dane dropped that nugget on me then. So like I always take advice, even if I don't use it at that time. Just know it's being heard.
Indeed. Yeah, it's like you said. There's a time and a place a lot of times, and that makes a difference too, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a comment on that, Dane? No. Okay. Kilo also says in any situation she can move alone or work with others. She said I can lead or follow directions. She can adapt. That's good.
Yeah,
Adaptation is always good. One thing I did want to do, because I'm gonna keep beating up on Keela till she jumps on the screen with us. She said, "I'm also more of a loner, so I feel alpha fits me more." So, can you really be a loner and an alpha at the same time?
Yeah, I believe so. Because an alpha doesn't need anybody. That's the true meaning of who a leader can be an attribute of an alpha, but an alpha necessarily doesn't have to lead and doesn't need anybody to follow. You feel me? An alpha just gonna be what it is. You know what I mean? You feel me? They just gonna be the best version of themselves as far as they see it. So, you know, I'm fully aware, fully believe that a loner definitely can be an alpha without question.
What you think, Dave?
Same thought. Leaders, they're more to be in tune with the group, try to get their thoughts and feelings and expressions, see how they can make the next best suggestion and make decision as far as the group's sake. The alpha, who cares? I'm going to do it this way, my way, and we just keep on moving.
No doubt. Sonny, I don't know if you heard everything we were talking about. While your cat was attacking you.
That's not my cat. You about to be homeless. I think what was your question?
Can you be a loner and an alpha?
I think so. Like I heard Clint's response. I didn't hear the initial question, but yeah, I believe you can be a loner because, like he said, you don't need anybody to lead. You just an alpha in your own right, doing your own path, going down whatever road you need to go down to get where you're going. As long as you push it forward, you don't need the assistance of others. You good.
Oh, that was the question. I was somewhere else. You know.
Don't you come over here with that shit.
My bad.
Well, I add on to that question then. Now, say that last part you said again? Just now, Sonny.
What? That or the view out like you don't need anybody to help you?
Yeah.
That part.
But you said something else after that.
I listen, me and this cat.
Okay. Let me put it like this. Okay, I got you. So, an alpha, nobody can get everything done on their own.
Because they need help.
Everybody needs help. So, does getting help
make you not an alpha?
Exactly.
I don't think so. I don't think it makes you any less an alpha. It's because if you're an alpha and you're trying to get somewhere, you know you need help. You're going to take that help and push you forward. So I don't think it makes you less than. The same way, if you're an alpha as a leader of a group of people, you need help from them people to push forward. So it would be no different. Yeah,
the difference is getting the credit. Getting and giving the credit is the difference, because the alpha will like, yeah, I had these guys do this and do that. I got it done for us. The leader will say, me and my team, we all did this. We thought it would be a great idea to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think it makes you less of an alpha. I do think it makes you more of a humble alpha, a person that's willing to accept that assistance and
relatable
and be right and be able to say, you know what, this this is a good idea. I don't have to come up with all the ideas. I don't have to. Me taking charge does not mean I have to do all the work, right? So I think it definitely, takes a certain type of person being able to say, you know what, I can take that step back and let somebody else come up with a great idea, or assist me in doing this because I just don't have it all together.
So I have a question then. It's a silly question. Who was the alpha male in the Temptations? Was it Otis? Was it?
Oh, the Temptations. Oh, you mean the 5 Heartbeats?
On the records. It popped in my head.
Oh, okay.
I want to say, I like that comment Lakita just made. So let me ask you something, Lakita, because every woman, every time I ask them this, they get mad at me. Is it because you're dating the wrong people? Like sometimes I always hear a lot of women be like, Sonny, you even said it earlier, y'all date a certain caliber of man, but expecting different attributes from that man that he just can't possess. So is the problem
who we dating?
You being an alpha, or the problem is who you choosing to date?
Yeah, I guess that's an even better question or what's an even better question is, are you dating alphas, or are you dating insecure men, or what or somewhere in between?
Or are you afraid to date alphas? Because I hear a lot of women, they be talking about they independent, but like they can't really, when the alpha's standing in front of them, when you tell the alpha, like
alpha men, like
when you said earlier, Sonny, like you said man get intimidated because you already did. My question is, what man? Because you already got yourself, like, what man?
Yeah, that's why I said I agree with you.
So if that's the case,
I'm picking some of them. I'm picking some of them that are not on the League of Alpha. I have dated alpha men before, and I felt intimidated because it's like, well, what the fuck? Wait a minute, because back then when I was dating alpha men, I was the one that wasn't at that standard. I was on my way to on my way rising to the top, and they were already there because they were already established and knew what they wanted in life and stuff like that. But I think at some point I lowered my standards and I started dating these guys that, for whatever reason, I'm expecting alpha and getting whatever the fuck they were. So.
So yeah, she said that it's not her expectations that cause the problems, it's their insecurity. So yeah, definitely, it sounds like she's definitely not dating alphas for one.
Yeah, it's always their insecurity because they feel like they can't do anything for you, and that's the we go back to I think we talked about this before, how we date these guys that are used to being the ones to take care of, and when they meet you as an alpha female, and even I don't like that term, alpha female, and they really can't take care of you, some of them feel away because they can't, like, if you got your own place and stuff like that, they can't say, oh, I'm gonna get you a house. I already got that. What you gonna buy me another one? Like, not saying you have to, not saying I'm expecting that from you, but you feel like you have to, or you get the people that if I make more money than you feel away because I can take care of myself and not really, like, I'm not to the point where I need you to cover this bill because I can't do it myself. Like, some guys are just that person, and it sucks because you like for me, I'm not that female that's looking for a man to take care of me. I want you to compliment me. I want you to give me the attributes or show me the attributes that I'm not used to. Like show me things that I can learn from you. Like, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for you to take care of me. I'm looking for us to be a team. And if you not coming like a team and you two want to take care of me and I'm supposed to just sit there and be subservient, then that's going to be an issue for me because I couldn't even sit home during maternity leave, like, let alone, like, I can't be unproductive. So I'm not about to sit at home and be and waiting on your check to come here and just living my life. That's not me. So if that's what you want, don't date me. And there's a lot of guys that date females that have that submissive thing and that they can actually take care of and do all the stuff for, and it's not me. So if that's what you're looking for, it ain't me. And the same way we do the same. Like, hopefully whoever I meet, who I'm supposed to end up with, can be that alpha man that I need him to be and give me that confidence where I can depend on him and not be like solely dependent on him, but like know that we're in a team and we're doing this together. and I complete him and he completes me.
Indeed. Yeah, I think to Smooth's point, or what I was taking from Smooth's point is that we definitely, when we pick somebody, we definitely need them to be at either a certain level with us or have the ability to be compatible with the level we're at. Because other than that, we're going to run into that problem where they're either insecure about what we're doing or how we're doing it, or they don't understand it, and then they feel some kind of way where they can't get down with it. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it just doesn't work for them because they end up feeling like you're slighting them or you're over either being overbearing to them or taking over where they need to be able to take charge, that kind of thing. To your point earlier, Sonny, when you were saying that you had to be told to let a man be a man because you felt like any man that was coming at you still had to do what you need to do. But it also goes down to, and your point is that it also goes down to you couldn't just let him step in without knowing what he was going to do or how he was going to handle things. And I think that's because we sometimes are allowing people into our lives that either aren't showing us or aren't showing us directly or not even showing us in their own lives. What they're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a lot to that. So but yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Clint. I need an alpha man. Like I guess I'm an alpha female, so I want the equal, and we gonna make this work.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I just got married. Just let my wife do it.
I just got married.
That makes it a lot easier.
So let's go around the room. Sonny just said she's an alpha. What about you, Dame? Are you alpha or no?
No.
What about you,
Sonny? I can lead, but I'm not alpha.
By my definition of an alpha, yes, I don't attach the overbearing to it. I may be overbearing at times. You feel me? But I believe so.
By default.
I've been told that. So, I didn't just come up with that with myself. I've been told that. So,
For sure.
But I definitely know how to follow. I definitely know how to get in line when it's time to get in line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I definitely don't consider myself an alpha. I definitely know I can have alpha tendencies and I can do certain things, and people will be like, oh yeah. But for the most part, no. I feel like my ability to be ultra flexible as well as be I feel like I can be a good leader, and like you said, I can also do what's necessary to be a worker bee as well, to the point where I don't have to be in charge. Like I definitely can take a step back, especially because if I got enough smart people in the room, I'm gonna let those people shine before I try to jump ahead.
I do that on the podcast.
So that was a good show tonight.
No, but I think for me, I had to be an alpha. Like it was for me, it was sink or swim, and so, I've been at the bottom, and I had to get to the top, and this is where I'm at. So
do you feel like you were born an alpha, or that you had to learn it?
I think for me, like I said, I had to, like Clint said, I had to fail epically, whether it was my reason, it wasn't me failing intentionally. Life happened, and for me, it was sink or swim. And what I'm not going to do is at being homeless was my lowest of lows, and living in the shelter was the lowest of lows. I'm like, for me, I'm never going back there, and I'm not going to allow anybody else to put me there. So for me, it's I had to be an alpha for my daughter. Like she made me an alpha, and from that point on, that's what you get. And I'm not going to apologize for who I am. I'm not trying to make a man feel less than a man, but I'm going to make sure mine's good regardless of whether you hear or not. So
you ever heard of David Goggins? Y'all ever heard of David Goggins?
David Goggins,
yeah. Stay hard. I fuck with David Goggins because that's the mentality. I try to, that's the mentality I love. Like Sonny said, when you at your worst, you feel me? You don't got no choice. You're back against the wall. You ain't got no choice but to become something different, to become something better. And that's, that's to me, that's an alpha mentality. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like that's like, all right, boom. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not taking no shorts. Yeah, life gonna hit me. I'm gonna have some more setbacks moving forward. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep moving forward.
Yeah,
You
because
feel
I
me?
done been
For
down so many
me,
times, but I made sure
that's
shit
alpha
was together.
mentality.
Like,
You know what I mean?
emotionally, I've
Beta.
been doing some bullshit, but regularly, no, my shit's still together. I'm not like I can't.
I was
fail.
watching a video earlier and they was talking about a beta because we haven't even talked about the opposite of an alpha. You know what I mean? So opposite of alpha, they would call a beta. You know, the video was like a beta tends to care more about what people think of him. And I'm like, damn. You feel me? I've been there sometimes. I think we all have.
Yeah.
At some point, we may not stay there, but I think we all have been there at some point. So it's like, you can call yourself out, but what I mean, we all been on both sides of the coin, in my opinion.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, I've only, I would say, had that tendency with the needing to have other people, know what they thought about me or need them to feel good about me when I was a lot younger. I got out of that early on because of being pushed around and I don't like using that new term of saying I was bullied or nothing like that. I don't think I was bullied. I just feel like I was pushed around or I was talked about, by certain people. I was loved. I had enough friends that make me feel good about, my situation. But I think but what it did teach me was that I did have to be resilient, or I had to be able to just feel good about myself, right? And it's what got me to be more self-confident and self-reliant, because I was like, you know what, I don't need anybody trying to tell me how to live my life that has nothing to do with my life.
Dave is a fucking fool.
So I think it became one of those things where it was important to not be beta.
Yeah. It's crazy because at times I do have my beta moments where I care what people think, but then like if I'm at work, I don't give a fuck. Like that's my method. I don't got like none of you people. Like I don't know why I'm at work like that, but like I didn't come here to make friends. If I'm your friend and we cool, that's fine. But fuck you people. I'm just here to show up for work, and if I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. And then
I think passive aggressiveness is a beta trait too.
Yeah.
And I notice a lot of people are passive aggressive. You feel me?
I have that.
People are very, very scared to be assertive. You know what I mean? It's a lot of dudes and a lot of women out there who would be great leaders, but they scared of the criticism that come along with it.
Or losing friends, or how other people will feel after they give their assertiveness out.
Facts.
I'm mindful of my assertiveness, depending on like I have to learn to be assertive in some situations. I'm very assertive, and sometimes I'm less assertive when it comes to people I love, because I don't want to hurt their feelings. Because everybody, like I said, I'm just all barking. Everybody, you gonna rip my head off, and I'm like, no.
You're an ogre when you're giving out the directions.
Yeah, like.
I think that's one of the things about society, right? Sometimes society will embrace what we're doing, sometimes they won't, and it causes us to make decisions, or it causes us to do things that we feel either we're protecting those around us, or that we have to be more assertive or more direct to others, especially like when you're at work or when you're dealing with people who you have to be, supervisors over, or things like that, because you want that respect at work, but you don't want that anger at home, right? That's the thing. So
yeah.
So quick thing, we're gonna have a quick little after show. Had a question for the guys. So on Friday night we had the show and had the ladies.
What show was that?
Sunny.
What show was that?
6 p.m. Sex with Sunny. And Dave, I'm not saying it, Dave. I'm not saying it. You and Hank were both fired.
Yes, Hank. Oh, now you got Hank saying that to me. He's like, "Hey, Sonny." I'm like,
No.
So we were talking about the different toys that they were reviewing. Make sure y'all go check out that show. It's doing numbers as usual. Sex with Sonny always does numbers.
I bet it does.
I'm sorry.
I bet it does.
Yeah. So we were talking about the Rose in particular. So if y'all are familiar, the Rose is that new toy that all the women are raving about. It's very inexpensive, but it's very effective. Brittany got on here, literally professed her love to the thing.
yes.
I think they're married now. She's
No, you had to see the message she sent me. Like the day she was like, "Hey." I said, "I'm gonna need you to calm down. We texting, sweetheart. Like, what's happening?"
Right.
She was like, "Yes. When are we reviewing this?" I'm like, "Listen, we can review it right now."
So, but one thing I brought up was the fact that I've talked to other men. I've seen comments in forums, on Facebook, on Twitter. Men are getting worried. They think that they're being replaced. What do you guys think, Dame and Smooth? What do y'all think?
Hey man, listen, it is what it is. You feel me? Women are, heathens. You know what I mean? You feel me? But hey man, listen, enjoy it. She enjoying herself, you enjoy her enjoying herself, and you will enjoy yourself. Simple as that. You feel me? That stop fighting the current. You feel me?
Don't sound like an alpha answer. That sound like an alpha answer.
I mean, listen, I'm with all the games. You feel me? As long as ain't nothing that we did the episode. As long as ain't nothing being inserted in me, we fine. You feel me? Bring all the toys you want, but I ain't mad at them.
Not mad at all.
Let's have some fun. You feel me?
I said, don't be mad. Join in and participate.
Exactly.
Well, it's fun.
Don't hate, participate.
Exactly.
So yeah, what about you, Dane?
I have no problem.
It's very simple. I have no problem.
See, my wife isn't here for me too, because I don't want to go too much in our relationship on air.
Y'all wait all over y'all relationship.
Y'all be in relationship in the air.
I have not. You have never heard me say anything about our relationship ever.
It's that button right there. It's the button for me. I'm gonna see you later. I'm gonna have another shot of 1800. I'm gonna see you later.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Like I've definitely heard the rave reviews. You feel me? The rave.
That is a beautiful toy. It really is.
So
my sister just sent me this toy.
Oh, go ahead. Sonny.
My sister just sent me this toy that it got this suction to it, and it's like this tongue, and it.
Oh, the tongue thing. Yeah.
I've seen that.
She sent it to me, and I was like, "Listen, I need the link to that. She sent me like a video clip, and I'm like, where's the link?"
I sent it to you before.
No, it's not that one that she sent me. It's different.
It's not the one that Brittany Jones was, not our Brittany, but the Brittany Jones online was using.
No, hold on. Let me.
Okay.
She showed it to me. She didn't even send it to me. She showed it to me on her phone. She's at my house the other night because I cooked. Did I cook that night? No, I think we ordered. I don't know. We had drinks. But she sent it. She showed it to me, and I need her. It was on. Yes, it was a beautiful situation. Somebody had it in their stories, and I was like, "Who has it, and where can I get it? I need a name." It had like a clear. It had like a clear suction part. And it was like so. It was like a plastic bottle.
It's right here, right? Similar to this.
Similar to that, but it was bigger right here, and it wasn't like the 3 tongues. It was like one.
Well, that's one tongue. It's just showing the motion.
Oh, well, maybe that might be it, but it looked beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. The one I sent you before, it was just a longer, more straight, and then put it attached it on. And the video that I saw, this girl was absolutely going crazy to the point where it was like it showed off the fact that it can take the liquid out and shoot it out.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see the video. Yeah.
What happened now? What's happening now? Wait, what? Hold on. It did what now?
Shoot the liquid out into the
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it shoots the liquid out. So
I
so
seen
it's
that one.
waterproof and it expels the liquid after you do your thing. After your 2 minutes is up.
I need to see if that's the one that she sent me. I'm gonna have to text her tonight. Like, are you up? I have a question before you go to bed. Let me ask you this question. Let's find a link and tell me where to go. I'll find it myself. Let's figure it out as a unit.
Right. But yeah, what was I about to say? When we were talking about it, I was definitely saying that that's the biggest thing is that women still love physical contact. You're not going to be replaced by. Keela said she prefers another human to toys. That's why she ends up in toxic situations. But
this is why you can. But see, that's the thing. You can use humans and toys at the same time.
Right.
You don't have to substitute one or other. You could just bring everything to let's have fun.
Right.
Game night, if you will.
Exactly. So yeah, and that's the thing is that having that contact, but also like Smooth said, you got to be willing to play. If your woman likes toys and machines and all that other stuff, then get involved. Believe me, it's fun. It's lots of fun.
You're missing out.
You have to be open-minded. You can't be stuck like, oh my God, I'm being replaced, like you said before.
Right.
Don't be so egotistical that you are being replaced.
Right.
Well, we're gonna do another game night because I got some it's this Sunny Nose spot is at the mall. Y'all probably got into at your malls. They got the little game store with all the board games. They got the adult games. I'm gonna go
like
buy
an actual game night, like at the house game night, or like on the podcast
on
game
the podcast game night. I'm gonna go get some some adult game themes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we could do an adult game night. Oh, that's that sounds fun. And
we pulled that off anyway. The first one or the second one, I think it was. But yeah, definitely. Let's do that. Let's do that.
I'm down.
We got a couple of more topics that we got to run through, and then probably by October, probably maybe the week before I go because I'm on vacation again in October.
What aren't you on vacation?
Nobody cares about doing your fucking vacations. I'm sick of it.
Hey, I might be with you, Willie. I might be on my vacation now.
For sure.
For real.
I'm on my vacation now. I'm just not getting over being sick.
And sickness ain't never done.
That's how I feel. Shoot. As long as you don't end up in that hospital, man, go get gone. Get gone.
Get gone for sure.
For real.
For sure. All right. Any other topics before we call this a night?
No.
Check
us out. Check me out Friday for another Sex with Sunny. Y'all got a double dose. Back to back.
Yes, that's this Friday, 6 p.m. Make sure y'all check that out. This week is my week to do my Thursday night show.
Happy birthday, The Killer.
Actually, I won't be on.
Happy birthday. You won't be on?
I'm going to the Rod Wave concert with my daughter.
Okay. Be like, yeah, I'm a beat. No, I'm not.
Oh, dang, Keela, you should. What you doing on Saturday? Actually, I'm having a party, but I can do both.
He can do both.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
I was just looking at my birthday pictures and videos, and I was dying in my house laughing the other day. I was so drunk, and I was like, yo, because I was drunk watching them. Like, yo, I was so drunk. It was the best night ever. That I don't remember half of it.
Sonny, you ready for the reunion prom thing? You ready?
Yes. I have everything ready. I just, got to figure out my hairstyle.
Yeah, I gotta
check your DMs, Keela.
I gotta get me a nice little tux. I go get fitted.
I feel like, and then I'm worried about maybe I might be. I don't know. I can't be overdressed. This is a prom, so I guess I'll be cute.
Yeah, we having our 20-year prom, y'all.
That's dope.
Your reunion is a prom, so it's gonna be definitely dope.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a date. We're both going together, so.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what's up.
Prom thing is always cool. My daughter actually is talking about doing a what they call it, doing a like a prom for like a little like exclusive prom for a group of kids at her school, because I guess the school is doing a limited prom, and so they want to do their own little thing. So I was like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. They all kind of getting together to do their own thing. So I was like, I wish we'd have did that when I was in high school because our prom sucked.
I wasn't at our prom, so this is like my official prom. I always went to military balls, but I never went to a prom.
Yeah, equipment caught on fire at the prom. You ain't missed nothing.
Yeah, I heard people lost dresses, hair weaves, a bunch of stuff was happening.
Yeah, we had a crazy situation with the music where we ended up with no music. It was crazy. It was dumb. But anyway. But yeah, Wednesday I will be on for sure. Wednesday. I won't be on Thursday, but I will be on Wednesday. Me and Chevy will be doing What If episode.
I just watched it. The episode just came on like last week, right?
Yeah, with Killmonger. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That was one of the best. That was the best.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, send me the link, Willie. I might want to jump on that. You said Wednesday? Yeah, I might want to jump on with y'all if y'all ain't got no other guests. I mean that one time y'all got me good.
Oh yeah.
Y'all did the recorded version.
He was on it, right?
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm in action. I'm chiming in, talking. Why these niggas ain't responding?
Oh yeah, because we had to pre-record at that time. Yeah.
I was feeling some type of way. I'm like, I know they see my comments. Really? They talk about some damn pre-recorded. I said, oh man, I'm sitting here talking to myself.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. I should have put another banner up there like pre-recorded.
I was like, I
did have something.
Oh, go ahead.
I did have another topic, something I always want to talk about before we leave. Is recap from fans' perspective last week, as we do every other Thursday night, opposite of Willie's South Takeover. We did not mention the Hall of Fame enshrinements.
Oh yeah, we did. We definitely forgot that. Yeah, and there was some good speeches. And there were some good speeches that the brothers had.
Yeah.
What was your favorite one, real quick, before we get up out of here?
I hate this Joker because I hate Paul Pierce.
Hey, don't do that to him. I love him. Continue.
As a fan, we had the number one seed, Boston Celtics versus Detroit. Rick Carlisle just won Coach of the Year, and we cannot start Paul Pierce. All I kept hearing all night, Paul Pierce. I'm at the game. I paid money for this tickets to go see this in the playoffs. Paul Pierce. All night, Paul Pierce. So from a fan's perspective, I hate that bastard. So, but I said that word, but I respect his game. I hate Boston.
But you don't hate LeBron hairline, but continue.
So, but I did like his stories. I did like the humility from the stories of him growing up. I like those type of stories from growing up and struggling. I couldn't stomach Chris Webber's for some reason. I was kind of concerned with Ben Wallace because I think he might have Parkinson's.
Oh.
Ben Wallace.
Big Ben. Oh wow.
I know
his speech pattern.
I know he had a speech. He always had a speech problem, a stuttering problem.
Hey.
So he was up there.
I feel your pain, Ben.
I think he was. It was like he was reading a poem.
He did not have a speech problem.
I did. I had a real bad stutter.
But his movements too.
Yeah, his movements.
How some people. Yeah, his movements. His movements in his speech didn't coordinate. So it's not like I think he might have Parkinson's. It's not confirmed.
Yeah,
but it's just speculation for me.
My favorite one was Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh got up there.
Yes,
he a good. Chris Bosh a good storyteller.
Yes, I like Chris Bosh's too. I think that was number one, and Paul Pierce is number two.
Yeah, I thought Chris Webber's was all right because Chris Webber came up there with education. You feel me? He came up there. He ain't making it about him. Yeah, you feel me? I thought his was all right.
Yeah, something about Chris Webber rubs me the wrong way right now. I think it's that whole Michigan fiasco that happened years ago is still rubbing me the wrong way.
I can dig it, y'all Michigan guys.
But that's for another show on Fans Perspective. So
next Thursday, 10 p.m.
For sure.
We live.
Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, that's next Thursday. Or y'all can do it this Thursday because I won't be on. So
I'm on vacation.
I'm going to actually, instead of the Styles Radio takeover, I'm going to actually be where the music is. Going to a concert. So.
That's what's up.
Good night, Killer.
Good night, Killer.
Yeah, have a good night. Appreciate you joining
Thank
me.
you. Thank you for joining us.
Always love the support.
Been a top commenter.
Right,
Kiki, do you love me?
Right. And then next week, make sure y'all check us out Monday at 10 p.m. where we always at, where you can always find us. All right, Sunny.
It's your girl, Sunny. Now I'm playing. It's your girl, Sunny. Follow me at IamSunny_D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Tickety Talk. Go to my blog, unreservedlyme.com.
You already know it's your boy Smooth. Catch me on Twitter at eTrentonGroomy. Catch me on my blog at kingstruth.com and the King's Truth on Snap.
AKA the feet hater.
Ashy feet.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm sorry. It's your boy Dang with Another Level Up on Instagram, HND on Twitter, Shinlo21 on Twitch, and Xbox and PlayStation Network, Agent Shinlo.
The Alpha fan.
It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm Willie.Styles on Snapchat. Don't forget, check out Gaming with Styles over at gamingwithstyles.com. Visit me at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to this week. I got a ton of new tracks, listening to some very, very good music. Some music I'm going to be checking out this week as well. Includes more King's Disease 2 from Nas. I'm trying to really get into that. It's a lot of great songs on that album. And you'll be seeing those pop up on my blog. Or get over at williestyles.info for all my links.
Willie, check out that Do or Die by AZ, Do or Die 2 by AZ.
That's the other one. Thank you. Yeah. I gotta go check out Do or Die 2 by the boy AZ. He's back. Actually, he never really left. He's been doing his thing around the ground. He done had,
everyone.
Who the hell is
Sorry.
It's always Dave. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
But I'm definitely gonna check that out. So what I want to do is I want to do a couple of more shows like I did with the COB and the Donda, and do a full on review. And Sonny, don't forget to send your guys information over so I can.
Well, he's supposed to be sending it to the GFT radio thing.
Okay, for sure. All right, I'll be looking out for that. So I'll be doing shows on that. And hopefully actually get some talent in here to do interviews as well. So I'm going to definitely be bringing on a couple of folks, some local folks, local to your region. So make sure y'all look out for that. All right. So until next time.
7.
Oh, you know what? Actually, before we go, make sure y'all get our merchandise. GFTradio.creator.
Waiting on some stuff.
Or click the shop now button over at GFTradioshow.com. Hit us on our socials, GFT_radio on Twitter and Instagram, GFT Radio on Twitch, GFT Radio Network on Facebook. Join the conversation group at facebook.com/group/GFT. Join the conversation. Having great conversations over there. Always a good time. Always great conversation. Other than that, we out.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D, 1/3 of the podcast GFT Radio Show.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles from the GFT Radio Show. Just letting you know you can catch us every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern.
And to get some merch, I got some on right now. Go to teesprings.com/stores/GFT Radio.
Grown Folk Talk Radio. Join the conversation. Let's have some fun. Holla.